Greetings and welcome. This is Rajiv Makni. The show is Cell Guru, and boy, am I going to unfold an incredible show for you. The Samsung Fold 3, third generation flagship foldable phone from Samsung with the first ever under-display camera on any phone, at least commercially released. Then we'll move on to the Realme GT and their Master Edition. So flagship level performance on a budget. Realme GT flagship comes with an 888 processor in the Master Edition, one of the first to have the Snapdragon 778G. Why is it different? We'll tell you. Then we'll move on to our very famous Qualcomm segment. Snapdragon 778G enables the ultimate multimedia experience, but why is this such an important processor? We'll tell you. We start off with the Samsung Fold Z3 5G, 6.62 inches. When I unfold it, 7.6 inches AMOLED, strong. Amazing aluminium frame, 10% more durable than before. Snapdragon 888. Here in India too, 120 Hz refresh rate, 3 cameras at the back, 4 megapixel under display camera. This is big. You can't see anything here that's actually under the display. This is built like an absolute tank. Very, very nicely built. The hinge is now fantastic. They've really got that absolutely right. Then Samsung ultra thin glass, that's what they call it. That's what it's folding. 80% more durable. Corning Gorilla Glass Victus protection. S Pen support now on this. IPX8 water resistance, 4400 mAh battery. Priced at about ₹150,000, but the opening offers are really good.
Samsung wasn't the first to introduce a foldable phone, but the company's Fold series legitimized it. Now, in its third generation, the Z Fold 3 has taken the best of the Fold 2 and buffed out all the rough edges. The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3 is here and the phone is taking science fiction mainstream. Let's unfold the future with our first impressions of the Galaxy Z Fold 3. From the Gorilla Glass Victus front to the armor aluminium, refinement is the name of the game. The Z Fold 3 takes the base design of the Z Fold 2 and improves it with smoother curves, rounded corners and a better hinge. Not only that, the phone is now thin and lighter, though the 270 grams of weight is still substantial. And yes, the phone is now finally IPX8 rated. Opening and closing the hinge mechanism is a key part of the foldable experience, and the aluminium spine of the Z Fold 3 is perfectly smooth and fluid. Additionally, it is a cinch to angle the phone at any position, so you can even use it as a mini laptop should you choose. Outside, you will find a 6.2-inch screen that is a tack sharp and bright enough to be easily viewed outdoors. This time around, it even gets an upgrade to 120 Hz. Unfold the phone though and you can feast your eyes on a tablet-sized foldable 7.6-inch AMOLED panel. Colors are rich, vibrant and panel goes bright. No complaints. Samsung has even added an improved protective layer to keep the screen scratch-free. And yes, you can now use an S Pen with the Z Fold 3, but unfortunately there is no place to store it anywhere on the phone, and this might not be the Note replacement you were hoping for. Look a bit closer at the display and you'll spot another cool feature. Yes, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3 is one of the first phones in the world to ship with an under-display camera. It's not perfectly invisible just yet, but goes a long way in making the display look unhindered by notches or cutouts. Under the hood is the same flagship processor we have seen on 2021 flagships. The Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 is blazing fast and keeps up the pace even with heavy multitasking. Talking about multitasking, one UI on the Z Fold 3 makes juggling multiple apps simultaneously smooth. This phone is a productivity junkie's dream. The 4400 mAh battery manages a full day of use, but that's about it. Additionally, the 25-watt charging support falls short in a world of 55-watt and 65-watt capable phones. But what about cameras? Some compromises have been made because of the form factor. The Fold 3 has 5 cameras in total, a trio of 12 megapixel sensors for wide, ultra-wide and telephoto at the back, a 10 megapixel selfie camera and a 4 megapixel under-display camera on the inside. Images are generally good but not up to the standard of the Samsung S21 Ultra or other flagships. There's just a bit too much noise and low-light shots suffer. You will find ample detail, however that detail is accompanied by high noise levels. We found the 10 megapixel front-facing camera perfectly adequate for taking selfies. The under-display camera, however, is just a bit too hazy to take high-quality images. All in all, price starting ₹1,49,999. For the 256GB model, there is no doubt that the Z Fold 3 is an expensive phone. However, Samsung has taken serious strides to create a phone that is just as refined as mainstream smartphones, all while including a piece of technology that screams futuristic. If you've got the money for it, you definitely can't go wrong with the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3.
Let's move on now to a very famous and in-demand Qualcomm segment, and we're going to talk about their brand new Snapdragon 778G 5G platform. Now, real premium features that's borrowed from its 8 series of processors, multimedia experience, gaming, camera, performance, AI, global 5G connectivity. It's got it all. Let's take a look. I'm going to start off with a question for Gen Z and millennials watching the show. I know all of you do. How often do you hear this from your parents or grandparents about something called a weekly telecast on TV programs in the 70s and 80s that were essentially time and space bound? The Chitrahars, a movie only every Sunday, how Mahabharata on a certain day and time would empty the streets completely. Amazing that watching a movie or listening to a Bollywood song needed careful timing, scheduling, and then sitting down and watching it all together. You couldn't watch it again. Missed it, it was gone. Versus today, the proliferation of smartphones and tech-led solutions has dramatically changed our lives in a way that media and entertainment industry delivers things to us we had never imagined all this. Streaming media, video services, mobile gaming, brilliant camera experience, they've all redefined digital entertainment, ushering in a fresh experience for mobile users. Technological advancement continues to transform mobile entertainment and mobile user behavior. From TV series, documentaries, music videos, sports to snackable content, there's something for every single person. Now, with the global pandemic hitting, OTT viewership absolutely skyrocketed, allowing very easy penetration of affordable mobiles and thus an increase in e-entertainment that can be accessed anywhere, at any time, by anyone. The number of OTT viewers increased by 47 million between 2020 and 21. More and more original content is now getting produced for streaming platforms than ever before. Stay-at-home restrictions fueled the rise of online streaming services and gave a new life to storytelling, immersive experiences, and overall social media integration via messaging apps that are constantly gaining popularity. Now, saying that most people spend a good part of their time on social media is not an exaggeration at all, especially in today's world where consuming content on our favorite OTT apps like Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hotstar, Z has become very, very convenient. But it also provides a stupendous choice of content to choose from. Mobile gaming has become an integral source of entertainment, and slowly and steadily, we are now moving towards desktop-level gaming experiences, but on our small, portable little smartphones. Now, another thing that has gone through a dramatic change due to smartphones is personal photography. Over the years, smartphone cameras have become as good, and in some things, some features, way better than a DSLR in so many ways. For the majority of people, a smartphone camera is about the only camera they own, and hence they deserve the best experience to come out of that. The rising popularity of social media platforms like Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, so many others where we actually now convey messages and communicate with pictures means the meaning of socializing has completely changed, and the need for a good camera becomes more than just a device for what we used to use it for earlier. Being able to capture, edit, and quickly share on one click has allowed smartphone-based cameras to leap completely ahead. No wonder that even those in possession of expensive traditional DSLR cameras very rarely now take them out. Now, since most of the people are working from home, that calls for reliable connectivity and more bandwidth. That's why high-speed wireless connectivity and 5G networks come to play for multimedia experiences to be rich and in real time. As digital collaboration becomes a core part of our lives, the dependency on high-speed wireless connectivity has increased to match the uninterrupted productivity and for a very, very immersive entertainment experience. This is something that we all completely and totally demand. Now, who would have thought a few years ago that everything which needs a dedicated device to accomplish can now be done through one single smartphone? People had TVs for video consumption, consoles for gaming, DSLR cameras, photography, so many, I think hundreds of devices. Today, all they have to do is invest in a good smartphone that does it all. Smartphones have emerged as a primary point of integration to extend all such services to the consumer. And what is really empowering these smartphones to be able to do so much? Such powerful mobile platforms that are coming. Well, Qualcomm Snapdragon is one of the reasons, which are in turn enabling so many of these experiences for us. Qualcomm is a pioneer in enabling these rich multimedia experiences on our smartphone devices. Be it a high-resolution video, a super smooth gaming experience, or taking pro-grade images, Snapdragon is at the very forefront of delivering the best multimedia experience to consumers. So let's go and speak to Rajan Vagadia, the Vice President and President, Qualcomm India Private Limited. Rajan, thank you so much for joining me on the show. I've been waiting for you to come and join me here for a long time, and congratulations on the launch of your new platform, the Snapdragon 778G. Can you please help us understand the key USPs of this platform?
Hi Rajiv, thanks for inviting me to the show. At Qualcomm, we continuously strive to elevate the consumer experiences. We all know that multimedia usage on the smartphone is increasing day by day, and smartphone now is the primary device for the source of entertainment. The Snapdragon 778G has been designed keeping this consumer need in mind. It's a multimedia triple powerhouse which enables superior experiences across photography, gaming and video. All of these while taking care of lower power consumption and thereby a longer battery life.
Okay, great, Rajan. Now, how is the Snapdragon 778 enabling rich multimedia experience for the consumers?
On the gaming front, Snapdragon 778G supports elite gaming features like Game Quick Touch, which is a faster touch response times. Also, variable rate shading is a feature which allows the GPU to shade a group of pixels together, enabling smoother and immersive display and hence the gameplay. The Snapdragon 778G also delivers accelerated AI capability for smarter on-device experiences. It is capable of delivering AI-based smart video calls which are intelligent enough to understand the background blur and noise suppression requirements. On top of that, the platform supports the frequency bands of all key regions, ensuring a truly global 5G connectivity, allowing consumers to experience the rich multimedia as they travel and on the go.
Fantastic. Rajan, how will the multimedia experience for 778G be different from the experience on, let's say, an 800 series platform?
Rajiv, that's an interesting question. In fact, we should look at the similarities rather than the differences. The Snapdragon 778G derives a lot of amazing multimedia features from our premium tier platforms and hence offers flagship-like experience to the consumers. The triple concurrency computational HDR capability and the extreme low light photography are very similar to what we deliver on the premium 800 series platform. The 6th generation Qualcomm AI engine on the Snapdragon 778G improves experience across all cores to support superior gaming, photography and multimedia. In summary, the Snapdragon 778G enables several amazing flagship level experiences for the consumers due to the similarity in the capabilities to an 800 series platform.
Thank you so much, Rajan, for joining me. Please do come back and join me again. Now let's speak to Madhav Seth. He's the Vice President for Realme and the Chief Executive Officer for Realme India and Europe. Madhav, thank you so much for joining me. It's been quite a while since we've actually spoken to each other. I'm going to start off with, of course, congratulating you on the launch of the brand new Realme GT Master Edition. Can you let me know a little bit about the key USPs of the device?
Thanks a lot, Rajiv. To begin with, let me tell you that we had stepped into 2021 bigger and bolder dreams. With the launch of Realme GT series in India, we plan to disrupt the premium segment with a true flagship experience. The Realme GT Master Edition in particular embodies the best flagship design that we have ever made. It features an award-winning suitcase design created by Nato Fukasawa. On the inside, it is powered by latest Snapdragon 778G processor, coupled with 120Hz Super AMOLED display along with 65W Super Dart charge and a 64-megapixel camera to help you capture much better photographs and tell better stories. But not only that, Realme GT Master Edition also features dynamic RAM expansion technology. And lastly, with GT mode in the Realme GT Master Edition, you can expect better gaming experience.
Now, what made Realme choose the Snapdragon 778G platform for your new launch.
We have a long-standing relationship with Qualcomm, and the Snapdragon 778G was a natural choice for us. The platform enables a host of premium features, for example, DSLR-like premium camera experience, desktop-like gaming capabilities with realistic graphics, superior AI performance, and a truly world-class 5G with superior coverage and unmatchable speeds.
Madhav, how does Realme GT Master Edition leverage the 778G platform to offer a very differentiated multimedia experience to the consumers?
I would love to answer that, Rajiv. Many of the key multimedia experiences on a new device, Realme GT Master Edition, has been leveraged from the capabilities of the Snapdragon 778G platform. Say for example the street photography camera feature. It's an amazing tool for the visual storytelling which uses computational photography techniques to enable consumers to capture fleeting movements in an instant. The DI snapshot features also allows consumers to capture movements precisely when they want it, leveraging the computer vision capability of the platform. The Elite gaming features, along with a touch sampling rate of 360 Hz, delivers a fast, efficient and super responsive gaming experience on the new device. Further, presence of super fast Bluetooth, Wi-Fi and a truly global 5G connectivity on the Snapdragon 778 makes it very easy for the consumers to experience this product and have a seamless day-to-day experience.
Thank you, Madhav. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you again. Let's take a quick break right now. When we come back, lots more. Now let's move on to phones from Realme. Realme kind of making a very small little comeback, I would say. I don't know, they didn't disappear or shut shop, but they did go away for a short while. The Realme GT and Master Edition. Now both are vegan leather built. Master Edition is, a suitcase inspired design. Snapdragon 778G on the Master Edition. And of course, 888 processor on the GT. 6.43 inch AMOLED screen, 120 Hz refresh rate, nice touch sampling rate, triple camera setup, 65 watt fast charger. So it seems like Realme's put in everything that they can actually throw at the sink and more. But are these really, really good phones? Well, it's time to find out.
The term flagship killer is thrown a bunch whenever a new phone launches. But little too few do justice to this expression. Top-tier hardware with a mouth-watering price is the essence of what makes a good phone from a great one. And as we know, good phones are getting cheap and cheap phones are getting good. Enter the Realme GT and Realme GT Master Edition, which are perfect examples. Both the devices have top-notch hardware and impressive specifications, but still undercut top-end models from big players in the market. But the question arises, is it better than the competition in this price segment? We answer this in our Cell Guru review. To start with, both the devices stand out in the design department. The Realme GT has a racing-inspired theme in a racing yellow finish, while the GT Master Edition has a suitcase-inspired theme with large ridges, which makes it unique. The back panel has a vegan leather texture that feels very soft to touch and makes it easy to grip. And weighing under 185 grams, these devices are one of the most ergonomic and comfortable phones to use. The presence of a 3.5mm headphone jack is a boon and nothing short of a rarity in 2021. However, there's no microSD card slot. Overall, they are well-built phones but very little to complain about in terms of build and design. At the front, both have an identical 6.43-inch AMOLED display packed in between thin symmetrical bezels. The display is great with ample brightness and punchy colors, good for multimedia consumption and web browsing. The screen also supports a 120 Hz refresh rate, coupled with a 360 Hz touch sampling rate, making the phone feel super responsive with animations just gliding across the screen. It misses out on a stereo speaker setup though for a wholesome experience. The choice of a processor is what makes these devices different. The Realme GT packs a Snapdragon 888 with 12 GB of RAM, whereas the Realme GT Master Edition features one of the new Snapdragon platforms, the 778G with 8 GB RAM. Performance is fluid and snappy. From activities ranging from day-to-day tasks to heavy multitasking, these devices can handle everything without breaking a sweat. The gaming performance for demanding titles was quite good on both the phones, with the Realme GT scoring a little better owing to a better chipset. For the umpteenth time now, Realme has launched a phone with a 64-megapixel primary sensor, 8 megapixel ultra wide and a 2 megapixel macro. The main sensor clicks nice looking pictures with great dynamic range and a good amount of details with slightly oversaturated colors. There is nothing spectacular about the ultra-wide lens, which churns out pictures that show a lot of warping at the edges. Lastly, the low-resolution macro sensor makes zooming into photos and gathering fine details very difficult. The Realme GT Master Edition also features an all-new Street Mode, which has some nifty new features like DIS snapshot and cinematic filters. However, we couldn't notice anything remarkable about it. Coming to battery performance, the Realme GT packs a 4500 mAh battery, whereas the GT Master Edition has a relatively smaller 4300 mAh. They also come with a 65-watt fast charger in the box for juicing up the battery at blazing fast speeds. Priced at Rs 25,999 for the Realme GT Master Edition and Rs 37,999 for the Realme GT, these phones are unique and perform well. But for this kind of money, take a look at the OnePlus Nord 2 and iQOO 7 Legend, which offers much better chipsets, stereo speakers, and more capable cameras.
That then was the Cell Guru show for this week, but I've got so much happening next week. Can I tell them? Okay. So the Samsung Flip, the brand new Flip 3 is with us. I'm going to unbox it, I'm going to review it, and the OnePlus Buds Pro, and a lot more. So do join me.